So I think we'll go ahead and get things started this morning. First, thank you all for joining us this morning. A hearty welcome back to those of you that were with us yesterday, and a new welcome for the new folks that are with us this morning. For those folks who were with us yesterday, we hope that you enjoyed yesterday's session, and we would also like to announce at this point that VSBA has developed a model equity policy. That policy is now available and posted on the VSBA website, so when you get a chance, please go out and take a look at that. Before we get started, I would like to remind you about a few logistics. We're using GoToWebinar as the virtual platform today. Unlike yesterday, however, we will be staying in this one virtual room throughout today's program. So please keep the electronic agenda handy in case you need to jump out of the meeting and then log back in later. Because of the size of the gathering, only presenters will be able to speak to minimize the background interference. And please type any questions or comments that you have into the question box for the GoToWebinar. Finally, I do want to remind all folks that all sessions are being recorded. If you need any technical assistance along the way, please feel free to reach out and contact Carrie Lamb. Her phone number is 802-223-3580. Once again, that's 802-223-3580, and she would be happy to help you with any technical problems that you may be having. We are looking forward to another productive and engaging day. I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, VSBA, ENA, the Vermont Community Foundation, and the J. Warren and Lois McClure Foundation. VSBA is a member organization that works collaboratively with both the VSA and the VSBA. We are especially grateful to VSBA for its ongoing partnership with our organizations. VSBA serves Vermont schools by assisting members in the area of risk management to protect and conserve educational resources. The other sponsoring organizations are also regular supporters of our work. And finally, I do want to take a moment out to thank the staff of both the VSBA and the VSA for their hard work in pulling together this conference. As most of you know, we typically run this conference in October. We moved it up to the summertime and made it a virtual conference, and I do know that the folks in both groups were doing a lot of work in order to pull this together in a very short period of time. So a virtual hand clap for those folks. They really deserve it. This morning, we will navigate current events through the Vermont context. The day will consist of 3 back-to-back workshops, all taking place in this same virtual room. Breaks will occur between sessions, and you may see presenters setting up during the breaks. Sessions will begin promptly following the virtual agenda. I'd like to give a quick overview of this morning's session. Our first workshop, entitled Fiscal Forecasts and Challenging Budgeting Decisions in a New Era, will take an updated look at the fiscal forecasts of the Vermont Education Fund. Legislative representatives will provide insight into their vision and goals for the continuation of the 2021 legislative session. Finally, 2 local district teams will simulate difficult budget conversations for the upcoming fiscal year and provide reflection questions to consider moving forward. Our second workshop, entitled Education Legislation During a Pandemic, invites a panel of legislators to reflect on legislating during the pandemic and discuss their vision, goals, and outlook on the future of Vermont's public schools for the near and long-term future. Secretary French will also join the conversation to discuss the role of the AOE during the pandemic. And finally, our concluding workshop, entitled Overview of Health and Safety Guidance in Reopening Schools, asks the following questions. What do school leaders need to know about contact tracing and other health considerations? Within the Strong and Healthy Start, Safety and Health Guidance for Vermont Schools Guidance, how will we safeguard student and staff health while operating in-person instruction? So with that overview this morning of the breakout or the workshop sessions that we have, I know we're a little bit ahead of schedule. And I don't know, Chelsea, if we wanted to move on with the 8:45 workshop, or did we want to pause for a few minutes?